Far away. Amy, then you're the new girl.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's been just amazing, a dream come true, you know. And certainly coming into it after the success of the first series, it was a whole mix of terrified, nervous, excited, amazed, the whole mix of emotions, and then added to that on the very first day I was filming with Maggie Smith in a scene. All I had to do was curtsy when she came in. It wasn't a lot, but still, just completely in awe of everyone I'm working with, and couldn't stop. Couldn't believe I was working with them.
So what was your casting process? Was it long or short?
Just like any other casting process. I think they have a select amount in their head that they're looking between, and I had one audition and had to learn 6 or 7 scenes with the director and the producer and the casting director, and then they film it in the audition, and then they send the tape to Julian Fellows and head of ITV and then you find out.
So when you were in Emmerdale then, all those years ago, was this kind of like, did you have a dream that you'd end up in something like this?
No, never. I mean, gosh, it seems like a million miles away now. I mean, I started Emmerdale when I was 18, and I feel like I've changed an awful lot I'm 29 now, so it's, you know, I feel like I've hopefully matured and grown up and changed an awful lot, and certainly my ambitions have changed along the way as well, so... Yeah, never in a million years thought I'd end up doing something like this. So, yeah.
And Michelle and Jessica, was there anything you did especially in the first series which made you think, you know, we're going to really be sisters? Was there something you did off screen to sort of bond, or, you know, because obviously the sisterly bond is quite a special one, and to sort of come and, you know, project that on screen.
Because most of the time we're together on set, with Laura as well.
Yeah.
And we also socialise together, and we're very close, and we have a real giggle. Don't we?
We do. I remember there was a scene last year. We were just talking as we walked down the stairs, and it was one of the first warm, sunny days we'd had in a while. It was quite early on in filming, and it just, I don't know, we'd just been very silly and laughing and joking about stuff, and you know, all living in London.
Yeah, we live quite close to each other.
We do. It's just so nice. I don't know. I love looking at the call sheet and seeing that I'm going to be with Michelle and Laura.
We actually miss each other, don't we? When we're not in on the same day.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And the three of you posed for Vogue magazine.
It is.
Yeah. Do you have it framed at home on the wall?
Not yet.
No, I need to go and get a couple more copies. I've got one which I've taken sort of carried around to show my mum and dad and everyone. It's all battered, and so I want to go and get it. But it was lovely to do those kind of things together, because whilst they could be really like scary to do on your own, it was all of us, and you know, it was a great experience.
It was such a special day.
It was.
Wasn't it? Really special, and the setting was beautiful because it was all shot at the Kew Gardens. And we just had a really lovely time.
The show's been nominated for 11 Emmys. I mean, what's it like being a show that globally successful?
It's incredible. It's you know, to be, you know, a part of a successful show in this country is one thing, but to know that it's, you know, a global success is amazing. And we're thrilled that, you know, everywhere seems to love it, and we just hope that they'll love the second series.
Jess, you met Kate and Wills. How was that? And they are fans, I hear.
Or they'd heard of the show, and I'm sure, you know, they're obviously briefed on everything and who they're going to meet. But it was, I was very flattered and privileged to be taken out by BAFTA, and then we met them and said that they'd heard of the show, and that was lovely. I mean, it was just not an average day's work, and it was incredibly exciting. It felt very surreal to meet them, but in LA. I was like, as someone who's quite scared of flying, I thought, can't we do this in the UK? But no, it was wonderful.
Was there anybody else there at that party that had heard of the show that you didn't think any starstruck by anyone?
He couldn't move for being starstruck. I was paralysed for the whole thing. I met Tom Hanks, who's a big fan. Apparently he loves it. So I was incredibly embarrassed. I'm like, you're Tom Hanks. But I think it's a sign that it's a show that, it's not just about one thing. It's really about human characters and playing out really common universal emotions. So it's exciting that it can reach out that far. It's quite nice.
So are you expecting, you're part of this huge phenomenon now, and it's quite it's a part that sticks out. She's bolshy, isn't she?
Yes. Well, I think I'm in it more in episode 1, just because they're establishing a new character. Were you going to ask me? What were you going to ask me?
I was going to ask you, are you prepared, or are you kind of, it's going to be like, oh, it's her again in the supermarket?
Oh God. I know is the answer to that. I don't know what to say. I can't imagine. I've not been recognised in so long. I can't imagine it happening again now. I don't know. I don't know if they recognise me outside a little bonnet. And,
no makeup.
You don't get recognised as much as you think. I think it's because we're in, it's
Costume.
Exactly.
hair's very different.
You're speaking in different ways, acting, it's just a whole different character as well.
Jessica, people that do meet you though, does everyone want you to get with Tom, or is there some snobbery with people that think, oh no, she's above him and she couldn't possibly...
You know what, it's funny, not many people have sort of called it. There's a very slight, in the first series, that little hand-holding moment, which is hardly noticeable, and that some people have picked up on it hugely and are sort of excited about what that might mean, and, because she's a bold, brave character, but, is she that brave? It carries a lot of risks with it. She'd have to wave goodbye to everything she's ever known. She's rebellious, but... Is she mad? But I think I don't know. I think as the series comes out this year, I think in that first episode, people are like, "What are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
So who knows?
And what about you, Leisha? Do you think that your character Mary's met her match in Sir Richard? Do you think that this is someone she's going to have real, that's really on a par with her in terms of...
I think it's certainly about convenience. It's not really about love with Sir Richard, much as I think she'd love it to be. I don't think it's really about that. And I think she's really attracted to him, and the person that he is, and that he's this, socially this quite interesting guy, in society. He's someone that she considers to be very interesting, and she would have a very interesting life with him. But her feelings for Matthew, clearly from that first episode that you've seen, are still there, and she's, she really made a bad decision at the end of the first series, and she's full of regret, but she has to move on, which is what she's doing. Yeah.
And so do we. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Bye. Hello.